I'm here to help you stop wasting years. The first $100,000 is not a dream, it's a threshold. Before you cross it, you are pushing a heavy car alone, and it feels like the road is uphill in both directions. After you cross it, the engine finally engages and begins to push you. That's how compounding really works in the real world. It rewards the stubborn who outlast the flat, boring part of the curve, while everyone else quits 2 steps before the bend. If you want your future self to respect you, stop treating money like a mood, start treating it like physics. Physics doesn't negotiate, it responds to inputs in time. And right now, the input we're going to install in your life is a simple, repeatable system that will drag you to your first $100, 0 cents K, even on days you're tired, bored, distracted, or tempted by shiny detours. Before we dive in, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and join our squad, because we're here every week building real wealth with calm, boring, repeatable moves, not noisy gambles, and not entertainment dressed up as finance. Here's the promise I'm making to you in this session. I will give you a 5-step roadmap that is dead simple, rigorously practical, and tough enough to survive your feelings. You will not need exotic products. You will not need perfect timing. You will need a small dose of courage to do obvious things longer than most people can stand. If you can do that, the math and the years will do the rest. Let's lock in the mindset first. Rich is not a look. Rich is the accumulation of decisions that stop leaking, start compounding, and stay unexciting. If you can learn to love unexciting, the rest of your life gets very exciting. Step 1 in spirit, even if we don't label it on screen, manufacture a surplus on schedule. Not try to save. Manufacture. On payday, your income lands in account A. Within 24 hours, a standing order shoves a fixed percentage into account B. That percentage can be 10%, 20%, 30%. Pick a number that pinches a little, but doesn't break you. The order is not a suggestion, it is the law. If the month is tight, you adjust life after the transfer, not the transfer itself. Most people make the opposite move. They spend first and then hope to save what's left. That is like eating the seed and wondering why the field is empty. You plant first, you harvest later. The point of automation is to turn willpower into infrastructure, so your month isn't a tug of war between the person you are in the morning and the person you become at midnight in the checkout line. To raise that surplus without turning your life into a punishment, think like a rational owner. Owners widen the gap between revenue and costs by moving 2 levers: earn more, leak less. On the earn more side, stop asking for a raise with vibes and start earning one with evidence. Write better, sell better, analyze better, remove friction better. Promises are weak, performance is loud. Pick one leverage skill and tie it to one measurable outcome over the next 30, 60 days. Revenue increased, time saved, errors reduced, customers retained, churn lowered. Put the numbers on one page. When you ask for more pay, show the page. If your environment can't see the page, change the environment. Compounding is a plant that needs sunlight. It dies in dark rooms where politics outrank performance. On the leakless side, don't be clever, be thorough. There are 3 drains that never announce themselves. The first is subscriptions you forgot. Kill them. The second is convenience premiums that feel like time saving but actually tax your future. Walk more, batch more, cook more. The third is status spending disguised as networking. Most of that is expensive loitering. You are not cutting joy, you are cutting recurring bills that don't make you meaningfully happier a week later. Inspect your calendar and your bank statement side by side and ask what here is improving my life next week. If the answer is silence, cancel it. That single habit funds your compounding without any extra talent. Set a floor and defend it from creep. A floor is the boring number you can live on for 18 months without theatrics. It is not the lowest survivable amount. It is the calm, repeatable amount that protects your surplus through good months and sloppy months. Once you set it, it does not rise automatically when your income rises. That's where most plans die. People get a raise and immediately convert it into a new baseline of expenses. The surplus never gets a chance to grow into something that can help. You are going to reverse that reflex. For the first year after any raise, most of the increase goes straight to the standing order, and only a slice upgrades your life in small, reversible steps. This isn't self-denial, it's self-respect. You are buying back time in bulk while it's still cheap. Later, when compounding is pulling more weight than you are, you can upgrade without stress. The simplest structure for the floor is 3 layers. Layer 1, non-negotiables. Shelter, utilities, staple food, transport, insurance. Put every renewal on a calendar. Companies make money from your inattention on rollover pricing. You will not finance their bonuses with your laziness. Layer 2, quiet luxuries. Parks, libraries, a great chair, home cooking, long walks. They cost little and stabilize your life. Layer 3, controlled fun that only happens after the surplus clears. If the surplus misses, fun waits like a professional. You will discover that treats feel better when they don't threaten the plan. That's the right kind of enjoyment, guilt-free and forgettable by next week, because real satisfaction comes from progress, not purchases. Now, design the pipeline from income to assets. Money that lingers in the same account where it arrived will eventually be spent, because human nature is undefeated. You design around human nature. Your bank moves the surplus into your investment account automatically. Your broker deploys it automatically according to a pre-written plan. You pick a small list of instruments you actually understand. If you want one decision, simplicity. Broad, low-fee exposure to great businesses is the simplest path. If you enjoy research and can explain a business like a teacher, reserve a small sleeve for hand-picked quality that you intend to hold for years. Either way, keep the menu short and the cadence boring. You rebalance on a calendar, not on a headline. Headlines are an entertainment product. Your plan is a manufacturing process. Before we talk returns, talk risk. The easiest way to compound faster than your peers is to avoid the dumb losses they accept as normal. Build a no-loss checklist that fits on an index card and read it out loud on every review day. No leverage, because leverage turns routine volatility into life disruption. No black box product. If you can't explain it to a smart teenager in under a minute, you don't deserve to own it. No fees you wouldn't tolerate if they were invoiced in cash at month end. No positions that change your sleep or your character. No strategies that only work in perfect weather. And one more rule that kills 1,000 bad ideas. If I wouldn't recommend this to a loved one, I will not do it myself. That line saves you from the self-serving exceptions that erode accounts behind a mask of sophistication. Install a do-nothing calendar and treat it like a quiet ritual. You pick 12 review days a year, the first Saturday morning of each month, for example. Those are your only portfolio days. The rest of the month is for living like a person, not a ticker watcher. On review day, you confirm the standing order ran, skim spending for leaks, execute any scheduled rebalance, and read your rules out loud. You also make a 2-ring note in an error log, what mistake you almost made, and what design change will make it harder next time. Read the log monthly. That book of almost mistakes will pay you more than any tip sheet. Let's make this painfully practical. Imagine you can reliably generate in $1,100 0 cents surplus. You keep 6 months of non-negotiables as a boring cash buffer so you never sell your future at a discount during a rough quarter. Your automation pipes every extra dollar into the plan on schedule. When markets fall, your contributions buy more units for the same money. When markets rise, you don't chase. You let geometry happen. Every quarter you commit to one improvement on the income side and one on the expense side. That simple cadence, more in, less out, kept simple, left alone, beats 90% of people who treat the market like a casino they can outwit through momentum and caffeine. Expect boredom around the 8th month. The novelty will fade, the account will grow but not explode, and you'll feel an itch to optimize that is really an itch to be entertained. When you feel it, reread your rules. Say out loud, "My portfolio is not a toy." Then take the itch for a walk. Eat with a friend, borrow a book, learn a skill that will make your next raise obvious. You cannot outdiscipline a life that bores you. You must build a life that naturally distracts you from vandalizing your own compounding. The happiest investors are busy with better things. Run the 90-day sprint that converts this talk into muscle memory. Week 1, set the standing order, write down the floor, mark renegotiation dates on the calendar. Week 2, kill 3 subscriptions and negotiate 1 bill. Push the savings into the transfer. Week 3, pick an earnings lever and ship 1 measurable improvement at work. A process fixed, a client won, a report that saved hours. Week 4, conduct your first review day. Rules out loud, transfer confirmed, leak fixed, log updated. Month 2, raise the transfer by 1%, cull 1 more expense, and write down 1 mistake you avoided. Month 3, raise the transfer again, make 1 lifestyle downgrade that hurts for 3 days, then disappears, and cut 1 status purchase you won't remember next week. At day 90, you will not only see a larger balance, you will feel a smaller drag from indecision. A word on housing, cars, and status, because these 3 break good plans. Housing first. The right answer is whichever option protects your surplus and your sanity through bad weather. If buying raises your fixed costs to a number that terrifies you when the economy hiccups, you bought fragility. If renting keeps you flexible and flush while you build the base, you're not failing, you're choosing the right tool for this stage. Cars next. The true price of a new car is not the monthly, it's the way it attracts costs and identity creep. If the vehicle has to be explained at parties, you probably bought an explanation, not transportation. Status last. Most networking is just expensive waiting. Real networks are built by shipping useful work and being the person who keeps promises. Spend less on being seen, spend more on becoming hard to replace. Keep an error log like an engineer, not a diary for guilt. When a rule breaks, record the trigger, the emotion, and the environmental change that will make a repeat harder. If you overspent at night, new rule, no purchases after 9 p.m. If a headline pushed you into action, new rule, no trades outside review day. If a friend's brag triggered envy, new rule, a 48-hour cooling off period, and a 1-page plain language explanation before any new position. You are not punishing yourself. You are improving the design. Tomorrow, you will thank you for treating your own life like a system worth refining. There is a moment coming, if you keep this up, when your account will grow more in a month than you used to save in a month. That's the bend. When you arrive, smile and do nothing new. Don't invent complexity to flatter your ego. Complexity is the favored costume of people who are about to give back what they gained. Stay with the rules that got you here. Put the surplus on autopilot. Put your ambition into your craft, your relationships, and your health. Money is not the point. Money is the platform. It should make the rest of your life calmer, kinder, and more interesting. Practice inversion regularly. What would guarantee you never reach $100, 0 cents? Okay? Living at your ceiling so any surprise becomes debt. Refusing to automate so every month becomes a fresh negotiation with your worst impulses. Treating investing like entertainment so fees and fads vacuum your account. And raising your lifestyle by default so the surplus never shows up. Those are the landmines. Mark them in red. Step around them on purpose. Identity locks behavior better than motivation. Start speaking like the person you're becoming. I pay the future first. I live under a floor on purpose. I invest by rule, not by mood. I look once a month. Your words create a track for your decisions to follow. Tell your friends you're on a walk-in coffee era because you're buying time. Tell your coworkers you're on calendar mode because you ship better work when you're not staring at quotes. You're not preaching, you're programming yourself. Let's deepen the surplus engine with tactics that don't require superstardom. Sell friction removal. Every organization leaks time and patience. If you can shorten cycles, reduce errors, or clarify decisions, you are instantly more valuable. Keep a wins doc with before/after snapshots. Hours saved, dollars earned, churn reduced, customer complaints vanished. Review it monthly and bring it to compensation talk. If your boss shrugs, the doc becomes your passport to a better room. Compounding hates rooms where value is invisible. Shrink leaks with mechanical moves. Taxi yourself with sneakers more often. Batch errands. Cook 3 more meals a week than you do now using a short list of staples. Rotate high-value cheap dishes so you aren't reinventing dinner every night. Run a weekly 10-minute cash glance. Scan the last 7 days. Cancel anything that renewed and move the reclaimed dollars into the next automation run. Install a permission purchase once a month. Something small inside the floor that makes life feel human, so your brain doesn't confuse discipline with deprivation. Systems that feel humane survive. Treat your investment rules like operating procedures. Decide the mix that lets you sleep. If you love simplicity, stay broad and low fee. If you're